Welcome to the episode 2 of Behind the Music of Dying Light 2. I'm Olivier Derivière, composer and music designer. In this video, you will see the approach to scoring a gameplay mechanic. Here, it is the parkour. There is an extra video that goes much more in depth in whys for those of you who want to dig more into the technical achievement.
Parkour is the key gameplay mechanic of Dying Light 2. Basically, it's about running on the rooftops and performing crazy moves in order to reach your next objective.
With the creative director,
Peza, we decided to add music only on rooftops to illustrate this intention. He also wanted to push players to do parkour. But how do you push players to go on rooftop and to parkour since they are in control? How do you achieve such incentive? We spent weeks, months, in thinking of a system that would make the players parkour without imposing anything. Let's analyze what is parkour and how Techland approached it. It is about moving forward through any sorts of obstacles in a constant sense of progression. Running is the first step, but it's not actually parkouring. You have to exploit your surroundings by exerting yourself through special moves like jumping, climbing, and rolling, for example. And the more fluid you do it, the better you are parkouring. It became quite obvious what the music should do then. If you are only running, nothing much should happen. But the more you are parkouring, the more the music should grow. So you have a parameter that increases its value at every move you're doing. So what if player stops? Well, the music should stop.
and as trivial as it sounds,
it became a real challenge. In Dying Light 2, you can stop whenever you want and for as long as you want. Here's what we did. When you stop, after a little threshold, the music stops in a very gentle way. It's not abrupt, it's not unmusical. It feels as natural as it gets. But when you're back running, what should the music be? How does it start again? We have created parameters that tell us what intensity of parkour you were at when you stopped, and the more you wait in idle, the faster the parameter goes down to 0, meaning that if you go back to parkouring, you will need to perform some moves again in order to reach the intensity you were at previously. But if you don't stop for too long, then the music comes back perfectly musically where you left it off. Now we have a real musical support that follows every step of the player's actions. The second dimension is the feeling, the sensation of the void when you jump while parkouring. And we wanted to support this feeling of being in the air. The music should become lighter and somehow suspenseful, because if you fail your jump, you might die. That's when music for games can become more than just music. We ended up having this great feeling of uncertainty at each of the biggest jumps the players would perform. To summarize, we have created a music system that will only start if you are on the rooftops and grow based on your parkour moves. If you stop, the music gently stops. And jumping over a big gap is also affecting the music. This was quite unique and really satisfying. It made the parkour a great experience for players in complementing their actions very closely. But it was not enough. Remember that Peza wanted to push players to parkour, to get to a point of what he called the parkour flow. It became obvious to me that we needed to push the music to the next level. This is when music composition and music design are glued together. As a composer, you know that you need to create a musical momentum, something that will bring the music to a state of full engagement. And as a music designer, you understand all the parameters at hand. So I took this parameter that is raised as you do more and more parkour moves and decided that after reaching a certain threshold, and after doing a huge landing, the music will switch to this musical flow. Basically, it means that the best part of the music is happening after you've performed an amazing move.
And there it is, the motivation Peza wanted. Without imposing anything to the players, we encourage them, we push them to parkour, and we reward them if they do. Nothing is imposed on them. They are in full control of their actions, and the music will support their freedom and help them to empower themselves. Dying Light 2 has dozens of gameplay mechanics like the parkour, and for each of them, we have created a unique music with a unique music design to make the open world an organic and rewarding experience. In the next chapter, we'll discuss the narrative music system. Merci.